Not bad, not bad. Can't complain. It's busy. This is my break.
Oh,
It's a break. I am so curious to learn more about your company. This is so interesting. You say that you help employers with their dream team through leading of hiring evolution through video. Like, can you explain it to me? It sounds interesting.
so AI would do video interviews with candidates, job interviews,
Yes.
and every candidate who applies, in the current process, you screen resumes, and those who pass, you would interview them. Right now, you would interview every candidate who applies. No more screening resumes and looking quickly at resumes. AI will do video interviews with every single candidate. So if you have 100 candidates who applied,
Ah,
the 100
yes.
by AI. And technically,
Okay.
100 interviewed in 1 hour.
Okay, interesting. And
That's not-
so, but the candidate has to agree to be interviewed by camera.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Do you have issues with that sometimes? Do you find that? No? Interesting.
No.
What type of roles do they accept? Like what type of, industries are accepting this more? Because sometimes I have candidates that they don't want to be interviewed or videotaped,
No, no, I'm not facing this problem. We have technology, we have consulting, we have food and beverage, we have so white collar and blue collar. They are loving
Oh,
this.
that's great. That's so great. And do you help that across Canada or do you focus on a specific area?
Globally, it doesn't have to be in Canada.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. So that's good. So basically you've got from employers to recruitment companies that are embarking in your organization or in your services.
Yeah, so we don't provide recruitment services, we just provide the technology.
Yes, the
Uh,
technology. Exactly. That's why your clients could be the recruiters, for example, uh, asking you for this type of service. That's very interesting.
Half of our clients are recruitment companies.
Yes, of course, I could imagine. So they can then store this, they could store the file, whatever AI will render in terms of uh, a report. It's easily stored now in the system, both their video, a summary of if they qualify, don't qualify. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
Without you doing any effort, AI will interview all candidates and will come back with the top 5
The
or top
top
10.
five, and here you go. Beautiful. Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. So, are you within your own company? Do you have a team? Are you more than a few people?
We're like 30 people.
You're 30 people. Okay, so you're the one, and that's why I was reaching out to you because I'm almost complete in writing a book. The manuscript is almost complete. I'm one chapter away, and I've been interviewing entrepreneurs and executives across Canada, and I was just curious to know, where their eyes look at first on a resume. But now in your case, I'm assuming you don't even look at the resume. So you've got your technology right away interviewing the person.
In fact, I'm against looking at resumes for several reasons. First, resumes have so many blind spots. I
Yes.
mean, they say where you studied, where you worked, and you say some good things about yourself. I'm team player, I'm motivated. So if you think about it, if you remove the spaces in a resume, it's like 2 paragraphs. That's a resume. It's an inflated business card.
Yes, it is. You're so right.
Just think about it like you're rejecting people or keeping people in the process based on business card. I mean, this is it's shooting in the dark.
Yeah.
So instead of looking at the resume, so it's first it's vague and even written by ChatGPT nowadays. And on top of
Sadly.
that, recruiters, I think the global average of looking at a resume is 6 seconds.
Yes, or less.
So
Yes.
just about it like looking for 3 or 4 seconds at a vague document.
Yeah.
How can you make up your mind whether to keep the person or reject them? So that's why I'm against looking at resumes because it's so random. Let's sit with the person, talk to them. But unfortunately, as a humans, we don't have the capacity to do this with every candidate. That's where AI would step in. But I'm a
hmm
fan of sitting with people and talking to them to know them better.
Oh, absolutely. So therefore, the interview AI will tell you, all right, these five people are worth your time. So now they come forward, and now you finally get to meet the person and you interview them. So now somebody like yourself that is using AI to its fullest to qualify, I'm curious to know. how your experience have been with the interviews. I'd love to know from what AI has presented you. Um, do you find the quality of your of the interviews better now? Do you find that you're really meeting even more qualified people? Like they're better? Are you having maybe trouble choosing which one to hire?
I'm finding that the funnel is very steep. And if you put 100 people into that black box, only two or three will come out, as
Exactly.
opposed to maybe choosing many random people. And sometimes so the problem is if you accept bad people or you reject good people. So sometimes you reject people. What if scenario, right? What if I
Mhm.
hired that person? That person would have been a rock star in my company. But I just didn't like the resume. By quickly looking at it, I rejected this person and I lost that opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
It's so
yeah,
true.
I'm relying more on AI, sitting with people, talking to them, reading between the lines, and then
Hmm.
me, this person should be considered, that person should not be considered.
Right. And so I'm just curious to know then your interviews do you have any stories where you can share saying, about interviews that really went bad, where the person showed up and it was really not a good interview, that you really were disappointed, and stories where you were pleasantly surprised or that you said to yourself, "Now, that's a great interview. This person knows how to interview."
Yeah. I mean, you mean personal interviews or
Yeah,
AI?
personally within for your own organization, because you said you're 30 employees. So yeah, within your own organization.
Yeah, you know what? AI suggested the other day because AI is not biased, like we as a
Yeah,
humans, of course,
that's
AI
right.
can be biased if you train it to be biased,
If you
but we
train.
as humans, we have it in our DNA. It was a survival mechanism to be biased, to go with people who look like us or something like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
one of the biases in the workplace is no one wants to hire a pregnant woman
Mm.
because a pregnant woman in a few months she's gonna go on
Oh my
maternity
God.
leave. Like you would train her, and once she is up to speed, she will go on maternity leave. AI suggested that this lady is the most qualified person of all
Wow.
who applied, and
Wow.
we hired
Amazing.
her. So we went ahead and hired her, although she's pregnant, but you know what? She's the right person, and that's how we approached it.
Yes,
It
because
doesn't
she comes back, but trusting that she comes back to you after her pregnancy, after her maternity leave, she comes back. And you know what? I like that. That makes a lot of sense because you've got somebody incredibly qualified. So even now you started to work with her, you might have to wait now maybe 9 months to get her back. But at least when she comes back, she'll be rocking and rolling and it's the right hire. It's
That's
a
right.
no-brainer. Yeah, I like that.
That's
That's very
right.
interesting. Very good. Did you ever have an experience where AI has presented you candidates and you did the interview and you said, "Oh my goodness, this was really bad. AI got it wrong." Did it ever happen?
Really
Curious.
bad move. But yeah, I interviewed some people. AI said these are good. I didn't really find them that good, but it wasn't like the other
No,
extremely bad. But
no.
I didn't. I thought that we can continue the search. So
Yeah.
although I said this person is good, when I met him or her, I would say we can keep searching. So yeah,
I
that
see.
happens.
It
That happens.
happens. And probably can I guess that maybe it happened more because maybe they were competent. AI saw that they're competent, they'd be great. But I think maybe it came down to chemistry, right? Something that AI cannot pick up. Maybe the chemistry within for you or within the current fit of the culture. Could that be why what prompted you to say, "Oh, they're okay, but let's continue searching." Could it be
That's
that human element, that dynamic?
100%. And that's why AI cannot replace the humans. It can
No,
assist. And I don't want to replace it. I mean, recruiters have their jobs, they're doing great, but it would be a helping hand
it's a
for AI
helping
to
hand.
interview.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely it needs the human element at the end of the day.
This is great. It's fabulous. Oh my gosh. It's really cool. Well, thank you so very much for your time. Really, it's really appreciated. What an interesting conversation. It really, I've been talking to entrepreneurs and, executives that are doing the old-fashioned way still, looking at resumes and all that stuff. So this is really great. And it's wonderful. Yeah.
Let me know when you release your book. I'd like to read it.
Of course, absolutely. It's for the job seekers. It's really to help them.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's to share all the things that You cannot really say to somebody, like example, a very simple example. I may have a client that says, Laura, this young woman was wonderful, but her perfume was overbearing. It made us upset. No, next. It happens, right? We're human and people react. It's a very silly, simple example. Now, it's very hard for me to go back to her and say, listen, I can't believe you wear this perfume. Like, I'd love to talk to her like a sister and say, my goodness, my dear, you don't wear these perfumes on job interviews. This is not a party. Keep your perfume at home. Just be fresh and clean. But perfume could be very, very personal.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say that to somebody, right? Because then they might get offended. It's very tough. So I'm putting a lot of this sisterly advice in the book. Now, that's one little example, but I'm really trying the book has really a sister voice and just knowing how people are judged, the biases, how to get around it, what to say in interviews, strategically, how to, act if you're nervous. Just say, man, I'm so nervous meeting you, Shadi. Sorry about this. So now you're laughing, they're laughing, you calm down, and now just do the interview. So I have a lot of these different insights. We have about 27 chapters in the book. So
One of the things that bug me during interviews, like in human-to-human interviews, when
yes,
I finish my questions and I say, now it's your turn, what questions do you have? And they say, we don't have any questions. I mean,
it's
come
so
on.
sad. I
You're
know
going to join an organization where you're going to spend more time than your family. If you're
exactly.
spending more time here, you don't care for anything to know about anything.
It's really wrong. It's sad. And it's insulting to the employer too, because it's like dating. Aren't you excited to be with me? Right? So if you're dating somebody, aren't you excited? So same thing with an employer. We have an exciting idea. We have exciting missions. We'd like you to participate. Aren't you excited? What are your questions? And you have none? I find it so sad. I find it insulting.
Yes, yes. They are just looking for a job and a paycheck.
Oh my goodness. I tell candidates, why do you say that? But no, but that's another
Yeah,
can of worms because these are people sometimes that they might have a low self-esteem. They're afraid, they're worried about their finances, and they haven't taken stock to say, okay, hold on a second. I deserve better, and I do deserve this type of role. Maybe they've lost hope, so they don't do the research, they don't check, you know, and that's what I also address in the book. You must check, you must get a grip, spend an hour. Look, now you have no excuse with all the technology, all the platforms. I quickly could see who works for intervu.ai. I could quickly get an idea, right? Just from your posts, what you're like. So, and capture your essence. So you should go to the interview prepared, you know? So
yeah.
I agree. This is great. I will definitely let you know when this comes out. Do you authorize me to share your ideas here in this video? And do you authorize me to not advertise, but to post this video and tag you, or would you not like me to?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
Sure.
great. So I'll post it. It's a great interview. Thank you so
Happy to
much.
help. I'd love to help you.
Okay, great. Thank you. You're so kind. Let's stay
Okay.
in touch.
All right.
All
Thank
the
you,
best
Laura.
to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy
Bye-bye.
it. Bye-bye.
Bye.